Laughing. I'm so happy, man. It's ready.
Yes, it is. It's ready.
What? Okay, I want.
Have you had a look at it?
No, I haven't. I want to be done the way we do for our normal customers when we receive.
But I was doing it already.
Okay, take it.
Here's your title deed. So verify your name.
I was wondering why Derek was all over here. So, let me say what's happening. I'm finally receiving my first title deed, and it's under my name, and and also under my wife's name. So this is a title deed that the two of us have been able to acquire, courtesy of Goshen Acquisitions Limited. Over to you, Aika.
All right, let's go over your documents.
Yeah.
Here is your release form that you will sign. First item is your sale agreement, executed and stamped. Sorry. Original title deed.
Yeah. The baby. It's got my ID in it.
Yeah, your ID and Mercy's.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the transfer, application for transfer. And then your copy of the transfer form with your photographs.
Woohoo!
The board resolution saying that we have agreed to sell the parcel to you and it should be transferred. Your payments for the stamp duty. It's the payment slip, and that's the receipts.
Nice.
And land control board consent to transfer, and this was the application for that consent. And this is the mutation form showing the subdivision was done. Certified copy of the mutation form. And what was your lot number?
0979.
0979, and that should be right there.
Sweet. Which I have gone to see. In fact, Derek has a cutaway of the first time I stepped on that land. Jaws, you see this right here? This is ours. So it's an acre, and an acre is so huge. Like it probably goes still past there. We're just checking how big it is. This is the land that God has blessed us with. Our first baby officially as in Jaws.
A certificate of registration for the company selling you the land, and also our tax pin and our director's ID and tax pin as well.
Yeah.
For your records, so you know who sold you the land. You know where to go if anything happens.
Yep. And last but definitely not least,
your registry index map, which is in two parts. When the subdivisions are too small and they do not fit into the regular map, they create inserts. So this is the original map showing the Imbuko Ranch, and this is lot 8993 that was subdivided into the 1 acre lots, and it says see insert 1.
Yep.
To see the subdivision, and insert 1 is right here. And your lot is right there.
090. What am I again? 79.
79, right there.
Yeah.
9079.
Yep. Because this is the entrance. We come like that.
All the way down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I remember exact moment. We're in the car. We had just gone to take Caroline and Toko to do the site visits. So we were in Mbuko, and we are just finished filming Caroline, and we're driving back. Myself, Derek, Caroline, and Solo. And in the car, Caroline explained how buying this land, she was buying it for her children. And that actually hit me what kind of a head start that she was giving her kids by buying the land. At that moment of time, I'm so good pals with Solo. So I had a lot about land, and I thought I understood it, but nobody had ever told me about land from the perspective of my future kids. So at that moment is when I was just like, no matter what, I have to buy land. Like if I'm ever to leave this world, I want to make sure that I leave my kids with something.
Why in Mbuko? Why make the purchase in Mbuko?
So for me, Mbuko, because first and foremost, it was the place that we're currently going a lot. And before Goshen, I didn't know Goshen to have land that was usually under $1 million. This one was starting at $799. Because I was a staff at Goshen, I automatically get a discount. So automatically, me buying the piece of land meant that I was going to be making money. In that I was buying it discounted from what everybody else was buying it. Number two, the price was going to go up maybe two days after I bought it. So the price kept rising and rising and rising and rising and rising until it got to about 1 million shillings. So the parcel literally that I have bought now is literally already doubled in less than a year. But also in Mbuko is because of the community. I was taking a lot of people for site visits, and I was getting to see the like-minded, the kind of people who I was taking for a site visit. I wouldn't mind having those people as my neighbors. We were thinking the same. Thirdly, Mbuko has amazing views of Mount Kilimanjaro. For some reason in my mind, I only thought that the only place you could see Mount Kilimanjaro is from Tanzania. That's what a lot of Kenyans think. But then suddenly you're on this side of Kenya, Mbuko, amazing. You can see the amazing views of Mount Kilimanjaro. And yeah, it also the value addition. A lot more stuff was going to be done on that land. So I was not just buying a parcel of land. I knew there's power coming to that place. There's the borehole coming to that place. There's roads which were being done. So there's a lot of stuff that was being done in Mbuko that made me feel like this was a lot of value. My experience buying as a staff member was crazy because you're not treated differently. the terms on the sale agreement, what you have agreed to on this document here, where is it, the sale agreement? It's somewhere here. Yeah, like it doesn't matter whether you're a staff or not. If you agree to these terms of payment, you better stick to them. But it was wonderful in that I knew I was getting a parcel that was valuable. Again, I had to make some adjustments in my own personal life to be able to afford the land. So there's some stuff I had to do without, so that I could get the money. So that I could redirect the money to buy the parcel of land. But honestly speaking, the experience was amazing, especially because as a staff, I kept going to take people for site visits. So as I'm taking them, I'm just like, I see you, boo. I see you. I see you. Yeah, and I mean, it was tear-jerking, let me say, because suddenly you understand that, oh my God, like I've got this place that I own and that I can futurely call home. I've got a parcel of land that now your mind begins to dream more. Your mind begins to think, okay, I need to build it like this. Oh my God, an acre is huge. Let me just say this: an acre is so huge.
What the heck am I gonna do with an acre? It's so huge.
Yeah, I know.
It's huge.
That's what blew me, the size of an acre. Yeah. So the experience was great. Also, after I finished paying with Goshen, I then started another process with my lawyer, and I used a recommended lawyer by Goshen. Yeah, so it was good. Even he was very, you need to pay this much for stamp duty. This is where we are at with the process. So that was also seamless. Let me just say that. I haven't taken my kids. I haven't taken my wife. My wife has been dilly-dallying. I definitely have to take them. And this is not the first parcel of land. This is the first parcel of land, but not the only parcel of land that I'm buying with Goshen. That is, I have to take my kids. The whole core reason as to why I got this was for them. Not just to give them a bare piece of land, but to add value onto that land in terms of maybe a house or whatever it may be, so that eventually sometime in life, whether I'm living or whether I'm not living, this all trickles down to them. Again, I'll say this, I know no rich person or no wealthy person who does not own land. And again, I'll say what I saw when Caroline Mutoko said that the head start that she has given her kids by just giving them a parcel of land. One, let me say, that is on the registry index map. I'm going to learn all this land lingo, which means that the government acknowledges that this is a parcel of land in the country, in this domain called Kenya. So the fact that I know that this title deeds, by the way, let me say, I can trace my title deed back to the Queen. So Richie owns it. Before Richie was Goshen. Before Goshen, I can see literally how it's gone down all the way to the Queen. So the fact that I have absolute peace about the cleanliness of my title deed, about the process in which it was acquired, and about it now coming to me, it makes me feel safe about handing it over to my kids when I finally do hand it over to my kids. But yeah, so again, Caroline said buying land is like a drug. The moment you start, it's addictive. Like it for real becomes an addictive place, especially if done in the right way with the right company, because suddenly this is not money that I wasted. As I've said, my land is honestly speaking worth double of what I paid for it, which was earlier this year, just because of the amount of value addition with the people that I get to. So first and foremost, I've not wasted my money. Secondly, I now begin having other dreams. I'm like, okay, fine, I want to do this and all, give this to my kids and stuff. But what more? I begin now thinking about my retirement home. Where do I want to live after I'm done, or when I'm old, when I'm later on in my years? So why did I decide to buy another one? Because I want now to build a house where when I'm the Guka, all my grandkids can come. And the place that I see myself spending my latter years, hopefully if God is gracious enough to give me years, I can see the place where I'm the Guka, my kids are there, and their kids are there. So that triggered me now to begin looking intentionally for a place where that can happen. And again, because of Goshen and doing site visits, you just keep seeing other guys getting, and you're like, wow, man, I can't just let this opportunity pass us by. Let me just say this, and this is 100% honesty from my heart. None of this is paid for, by the way. This is not a paid advertisement. This is honestly speaking. I'm extremely grateful to God that I had the opportunity and have the opportunity to work at Goshen, because I am very aware that the kind of deals and the kind of land that I get under this company, not very few people have the opportunity to get the kind of deals that I get, just because I'm a staff here, but secondly because of the way Goshen acquires their land, the safety of the title deeds, the value addition of the land, the like-minded community that you're able to engage with and live and have and foresee as your neighbors. That is an absolute pure blessing that requires me to bust a move, and busting that move required faith. Hi, I'm Richard Njau, and I own land in Kenya together with my wife, courtesy of Goshen Acquisitions Limited. I strongly advise, if you're looking for a safe and credible land company to buy land with, I'm not looking anywhere else. I keep pressing repeat with this company. Look no further. Goshen Acquisitions Limited.